Hi guys, it's Jean again. So before I start today, I wanted to ask you what you all do with your finished products. Do you sell them? Do you store them? Do you give them away? I was just curious because years ago I had a successful eBay business. Now I've heard some things about crazy things about Etsy, and also I have used Ko-fi since I started filming again last year, but none of those really bring me in any income per se. So I was just wondering if you had another outlet or another option that you use to sell your products that you make. Now, there's something kind of fun that I wanted to do. I have been creating in some way, shape, or form, probably in the 2000s, maybe as early as 2000, somewhere around there. My daughter was born in 1999, so it was probably a couple years after that I met Kim Newberg and her website, and we did swaps for things, and she had some tutorials on there. The main thing that we would swap would be ATCs, and they were very popular back then because they were little works of art that you could share with your friends or your family, and they weren't to be sold, they were just to be traded. Now, I think later on people started selling them because their ATCs really were works of art. So let me show you some things that I made back then. And I found this box when I was cleaning up my room and reorganizing, and I thought it would be fun to show you all not only what I did then, but how my art has changed and evolved over the years. So the first thing I want to show you is this it's just a piece of muslin that's been sewn. I did all the stitching and then sewed a back on it, or it looks like it's actually folded over, but I put the buttons on and stitched stitched on the little trimmings, and I thought it would make a really cute journal cover. So I may update it a tiny bit and use it as a journal cover. We will see. But that's the first thing I wanted to show you. We also did a lot of tag challenges, and this is a tag that I made. And as you can see, back then I wasn't as concerned about having thread through the button as I am now. Here's another really cute piece. It says Ponder. It says Amore. It says Paris. She's got this fancy necklace. And actually this is a hanging piece. And it has where you can put something here. And then it also has the back decorated just with some stickers and things, keeping within that Paris theme. So that was one of my first things that I made with a pocket. This is just some things. I can't explain this to you other than it was just kind of a quirky thing that I did. But this was a cabinet card that, I don't know if it, no. It was so blurred that you really couldn't see the image, but these were nice cardstocks to use. So I just covered the image, and then I don't remember if Kim had these skeleton images, but I kind of dressed her up with some buttons, some lace, some leaves, roses, and what happened to the... It's supposed to say be different, wear pink. So that was my little crazy rendition of why we should, wearing pink. The next thing is another tag, and we had this as a challenge, I'm pretty sure, and the challenge was Iris. And this is like a paper piecing that you would do similar to if you were to do a quilt. So I did this paper piecing with the purple, and of course there's a little girl there. This is just a brad with the dangle. Cat, so cute. Here is a young lady, and she has a ticket right here and some stickers. Now, when we used to seal the photos a lot back then by using gel medium, and we not only would seal our images, I don't know if you can see it when I turn it like this, that it's kind of shiny. We would also use the gel medium as glue. So this one's missing the B and the D. It was supposed to say bird. And it says Artistic Alphas, B is for bird, January 2010, 3rd place. So as you can see, that's been a long time ago, 15 years ago at least. So this is another interesting piece that I made that's supposed to have a hanger on it. And it just has this image, which was very popular back then. And then I stamped the flower and made them glittery and put this flower on top. And this may have been because of the leather piece here. This may have been a flower that Kim gave me a long time ago. And it says Bliss. On the back, it's just pink chipboard. Here is a little booklet that I made, and the cover of the booklet is a button card where the buttons are still sewed on them. So sometimes you get a button card that has a really cool background, but the buttons aren't really that amazing. So what I did is I put little hearts on each button, and each heart has a little girl's face on it. So if you can see it there. And then I don't remember what I used as a binding style, but it must have been a little bit tight. Here's a lace pocket, and it has some tags in it, and the tags have little girls on them. And the background for these tags was actually a piece of sheet music. So I used the design that was on the sheet music to make the tag. So this is just a little girl, and it says special, but this paper is ledger paper, and then it has some music paper on it, and then it has some crackle, if you can see the crackle right here. And then this one's just a music page, says believe, and it's a little girl with her piggy. That's so cute. And this is another one. I used that big brown button. This is a young couple of girls, probably sisters. I love their burgundy dresses. And then this is a little girl and a word too. So it looks like I wasn't comfortable with what was showing through the middle. So I just covered it with this string, and then it hangs out the bottom and the top. I made this, and this is a tart tin, a vintage tart tin. And what I did is I stamped this image of a woman. I have a rubber stamp. And then positioned her in there and put some things here and this little hanging gem. So that was one of my projects back then. I was also head of the Rompecabezas group. And for Rompecabezas, what it means puzzle pieces or puzzle. So we were making designs on puzzles and then sharing them, swapping them. This one is Golden Memories, and I stamped green leaves on here like ivy and just a little rose. Sometimes I don't know if pieces have fallen off. This is just a regular old tag. Here is a hanging piece that says Mermaid Princess, and she has a flower in her hair and a flower to cover up her chest, and then all these little seashells, and this was some moss. And then the dangling pink kind of adds to the color there. So there you go. This one is just like what we would call today a journal card. And it has the buttons and the little black and white images and a paperclip. This guy, it says per. This part right here isn't very good. It bent. It was like a flag. I don't remember where I got these stickers. These are vintage images from the internet somewhere. And then I had some grosgrain ribbon that had paws on it. So, and then here is my Cupid doll head. I made her into a tag, and I put all this ornate tatting and pearls down here. I was so clever then. This is an ATC, and I don't remember if it was haiku or just Japanese or what it was, but this is a lady here that was stamped onto canvas, and it looks like I colored her in. And then down here it says, through the fingerprints on my window, my shy, quiet shadow bows. So I don't remember if it was haiku or not. That doesn't sound like a haiku. Then we have these little cuties, and these, again, we put the gel medium on them, So over the years, the gel medium has stuck together, probably due to heat or what have you. So it took her eyes off for some reason, and it put a scratch through her. And then this one, for some reason, I put a piece of felt on the back, which still looks really nice like that. So probably to cover up the back. This is a little hanging piece. She's a Cupid doll. It says endearing. And again, you can see the crepe paper, how it changed color because it's been around a long time. And the flowers in her hair. And this is a great way, if you make a hanging thing and you want the bow to stay in the middle, just put a dab of glue in there. Here is a matchbook that I made like a little shadow box out of. And it says, "How sweet you are." And she has a little piggy too. I think it might be the same image. These are tall, skinny things I made. I had another one. I'm sure I'll come across it in a second. But I don't remember what they were called, if they were called moos or not. So here are a bunch. Oops, that's the hanger for the other thing. Here's a bunch of ATCs that I made. This was Bonnie Lass, Love is in the Air, Home. This one is a Fleur de Lis. This one says Heart to Heart. I just love those burgundy buttons. And this one's pretty too. I like the color of it, but I need to glue this back on because, oops, it keeps flopping off. I think our hand's supposed to be on top. So let me fix this one before I put it back in the box. It was a self-adhesive type of ribbon. Whoa. So there she is. We'll just let that dry. So it says, "Dance by the light of the silvery moon." Isn't that cute? Moon's purple, but he's not silvery. But then these little dangles are kind of silver, so I'm not sure exactly what I was going for, but it's kind of cute. So those are ATCs that I made. Here's another one of the tall and skinny ones. She sells seashells. Seashells. Say that 5 times. This one was another one I made with all these fancy flowers. Those are pretty flowers. Here's another one. It says, it's a piece of ribbon on the bottom, and it says love. And this image, I'm pretty sure, came from a piece of sheet music or something. Put the hearts for her cheeks. This is a big index card, and I really don't know what I was going for here because I started with this big blue piece of grosgrain ribbon, and I wanted to use this image, but I don't know how all these other things transpired because I may have been out of ideas and just copied one from something before that I'd made. Here are 2 ATCs that I made. I'm not sure if they're, no, they're not dated, but I do have a tutorial about this on my list of videos right now. It was an earlier one, but Tyvek is a type of material that when you apply a heat gun to it, it melts. And the Tyvek, just so you'll have an idea of what it looks and feels like, is if you've ever gotten a priority mail envelope that's the paper kind, not the cardboard kind, that is actually Tyvek that they use. And what I did with my Tyvek is I painted it until I got the color I wanted, and then I took the heat gun and I just burnt around the edges, the middle and the edges, so that I could get something that resembled like an old frame. So that's where that idea came from. Here's another one of my puzzle pieces. It says deer. Here is a piece that is dated 2009. So we're talking about 15 years ago. Some pieces are probably older. This was an idea that someone had come up with, and the idea was to make a dragonfly, but make the lady be the focal point and then her wings. And then this, of course, is the tail. And then it hangs. Kind of cute idea. Here's another one of my little Cupid dolls. She's so cute. And let's see. That might be all that's mine that's in here that I can see. This one is mine, and it says, "Take your wings and fly." And I used some moss on that, but you can see that it's fallen off over the years. These are more tags that I made out of that orange. And then I had some orange cardstock and purple and black toppers. And I just stamped these cats on here and made their eyes glow orange. So that was something fun. I had a funny stamp that I used. And I think that is it. The rest of what's in here, just a few things, are things that people sent me that were on the group. I was hoping I would come across some of Kim's things, but I didn't. So, as you can see, just looking at some of these things, our art does evolve over the years. Some of these things are very simple projects, or the images are not as sharp as what we can get now. Buttons don't have threads through them. These I quite like, and I would probably try these again, but they're not inchies. I'm not sure what they are, but I like them a lot. And I really like this one with the haiku. You can even see on the background where I stamped some bamboo. It does have an H, so H could be for haiku. I don't know if I wrote mine right or not. I'm just looking on the back here to see if I have any more dated. This one, says 2011. Love is in the air. This one doesn't have one. This one cracks me up. Mermaid, princess. So it's nice to date some of your things so you know when you made them. I guess I didn't always do that, so a lot of things I don't know when. This one was 2010. I think this image came from Lisa's Altered Art, and she might still be on Etsy. I'm not 100% sure. No date on any of these, or this. Okay, so I'm going to put these away. There's one last thing. I found this little set of puzzle pieces, and it says, wish upon a star. And then it has more puzzle pieces, and they don't fit together, but they must have been attached somehow so that they could all go together. And what I like is this kind of reminds me of a moon or something. So I'm keeping those out and keeping this out so that I can use it in some projects. So I hope you enjoyed going down memory lane with me. And it's okay. My art then was pretty cruddy. So I love you guys so much, and I hope that this one uploads without any problem. And have a great evening. Bye for now.